Good morning, Mustangs. This is Sandra, just giving you a couple updates on some settings. So some students are getting notices that they have items past due, then their parents are wondering, why does my student have something past due? I know they did it. You guys know the drill. So we're gonna just go over a couple settings to help avoid that. So for example, if I have an assignment that I've created in Edpuzzle, then when I create the assignment, at the bottom where it shows you, let's see if we can look at it. It asks you if you want to able or disable submissions. So if it's something that's outside, like a Flipgrid or an Edpuzzle assignment, you're going to want to make sure that you put it as the submission is turned off, because they're still going to be able to do it. They're just going to need, you're just going to have to go into your Edpuzzle or your Flipgrid and grade it, and then it'll show up in the Schoology gradebook. So you just have to make sure, if it's not submitted within Schoology, if you have to go outside of Schoology to turn in the assignment, that you have the submissions turned off. So this is my Edpuzzle, right? It's an external tool, and I just made sure I turned on enable grading, so it'll still, once I grade it in Edpuzzle, it will still go to my Schoology account, but they don't turn it in here. So down here, my submissions button, it doesn't even show up because I turned it off. So you just want to make sure you do that. So let's look at another example and see if I can show you. This one, I'm having them turn in within Schoology. So I created my assignment. They're going to fill out this handout with Cami. And then down here at the bottom, it says submissions enabled. So then it'll show up for them to turn it in within Schoology, and it won't give them a late or overdue notice. Just like with something out of Edpuzzle, you're going to disable this so that they won't get any late notices. Let's see, what else do we need to look at? Your notifications over here, I think a lot of you found this quickly, but just in case, for your email, if you're getting 10,000 emails and you don't, you can go over here and check which notifications you want to be emailed about. So I just put user joins your course, and that's it. Because otherwise, when you go into Schoology, you'll get your notifications on each course. You don't need them emailed as well, but some of you might want them emailed as well. Also, one other thing, students are saying things are overdue and they're not. You have to check your settings and make sure that you are on here in account settings. Make sure your time zone is set correctly. It doesn't automatically set it for you, so you have to go in and pick the correct time zone. And this is the same for the students. So if they're showing it late, it might not be from your time zone, it might be from their time zone. So then they would go in here and change it and hit save as well. Also, for assignments that you want to have locked, say you're going to give everyone 2 weeks to do an assignment, and then after 2 weeks you want to lock it, and that means if the assignment's locked, they can't turn it in. It's too late, they've passed the deadline. So I think you've all seen that when you've created assignments as well. So if you want to lock it after 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever you decide, then you would hit that lock button. So let's see here, I'll show you an example. Or you can leave it unlocked and they can turn it in whatever till the last day of the trimester, just as however you want to do it. So that would show up down here as well. A little, looks just exactly like a lock. So you click the lock and you can put in the date if you wanted to lock it, which this is the key right here. So if I want to unlock it, this shows that it's already unlocked. But if I wanted to lock it, I could pick lock on and put in the date. So I wanted it to be locked on October 1st. No more submissions after that. Then you would turn it on. Or if you wanted to lock now, if you didn't want to set it ahead of time, but you know it's been It's the end of the progress report period. So you're going to put that date in there and lock it now. So you have those options to lock or unlock, or lock it after the end of the maybe the end of the progress reports, whatever you decide. But just so you know that that feature is there as well. Also, there is a bubble down here that it doesn't show on this one because I've disabled it, that allows students to post questions on that assignment so they can immediately start asking questions or talk to each other. If you want them to have that capability, you would leave the bubble on. It stays bright blue, or otherwise you disable it and it doesn't show up at all. So for this assignment, they don't need to talk or ask questions, so I have it turned off. And I think that is all the features we needed to review. So that is it. Thanks, guys. Have a great week.